Yorana, have you ever heard the Tahitian or French Polynesian national anthem? Doesn't it sound just so awesome? Have you ever wondered to yourself, what do those words actually mean? Well, I'm going to help explain the lyrics to those words today. Okay, ready? You know, as in anything Polynesian, and specifically Tahitian, there's always a beautiful and awesome meaning behind the words. And it's always a depiction, right? Or poetically written to describe something. So the national anthem is no different. Let's start from the top. It's talking and recognizing that Tahiti, this country, comes from God. So Tahitians believed in times past many gods. God of the ocean, the God of the sun, the God of the land. And they respect that, and they believe that they were actually created by a God, and thus so were the islands. So the very first line gives respect to that God, whichever God it is, and saying that the islands come from God. And it's made up of a culmination of islands. The second verse, second line, talks about how Tahiti is made up not of just one island, but of several islands. French Polynesia has about 181 islands. So it says it's made up of a lay of multiple islands. Going on, it talks about the aromas or the smells of the island. The third line says these islands are filled with aromatic scents, beautiful scents. If you've ever been to Tahiti or the islands, you know that smell of the tiare flower and just certain scents that are specific to the islands. And we give respect and homage to those smells that can only be found in those islands. Then it also talks about how all these islands are connected by the immortal braid. We talked about the tūoro, right? How we all add our own strand into the braid, thus creating for future generations a continuation of that braid. So these islands are seen as that braid. It's as that immortal or unbreakable braid. So far we talked about islands that were created by God, a multiple of islands with beautiful scents, and an immortal, connected by an immortal braid, right? Connected in tradition, connected in culture and language, and everything that is Polynesian. Next, we talk about how now we are praising or speaking that voice of love that is Polynesia, that is Tahiti, for the future generations. So we're speaking this love, or we're praising this God with love for future generations. Then now it's talking directly to that God, saying, or directly to actually the island, right? Listen to your children's voices. If you've ever been to the islands, you know how beautiful the voices are, especially when they sing. So now it's saying, listen to your children's voices as we praise you, and as we spread your love, and as we speak this love. So listen to your children's voices as we spread that love for future generations, so that you, Tahiti Nui, may live. The only way Tahiti Nui lives, the only way any culture lives, is through generation, and that tradition of passing on to the next generation is not lost in this anthem. We want to reiterate, or the writers want to reiterate, the continuation and the responsibility of each generation to pass it on to the next. So one more time, it's talking about the country of Tahiti, of French Polynesia, born of God, made up of a lay of multiple islands filled with aromatic scents, connected by this immortal braid, this tūoro. And we speak the voice of love, we sing the praises of love for future generations. Listen, Tahiti, listen to your children's voices as we spread your love so that you, Tahiti Nui, may live.